I didn't even think I could do this with PPF. One piece all the way through. I mean, in camera, it looks like an amazing finish. What's going on, guys? Christian here from CK Wraps. Crazy finishes like that. Where did I put the material? It's over here. I want to push the material to its full potential to see if we can actually do this Tesla mirror in one piece. Take our material, hands over top, very important. Pull, 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 pull. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Bring it all the way down. This is crazy. Okay, all the way through to the very end. And that part is tight and done. Like, I have more flat surface area over here to actually be able to wrap this with less tension. Still gonna be challenging, okay? Because we're using PPF. This is a polycarbonate. This is extremely durable. Google polycarbonate, see what comes up. And yes, it can mix with TPU, which is PPF. Now, this is completely self-healing. So if it scratches, and you can barely even scratch the matte slash satin finishes, it self-heals. So don't even worry about that. It's gonna look great pretty much all the time. The hardest part is basically coming around this bend right here, where this comes across, and I'll move the mirror in. This becomes pretty complicated over here. To be able to do this section right here without a seam, and I normally use one, you have to pre-stretch the material quite a bit and then get it to hug naturally around that section first, and then again, stretch this way. Interesting part, and I'm gonna show you right now about this material here, this finish, and I saw it when I saw the sample. I was like, this looks like a satin red chrome almost, right? What do we see? Man, it looks like chrome, right? Right, that's pretty cool, because I have not seen a PPF with that on the back yet. So let's do this. Again, links to the product in the description below. Again, I have never attempted to do this before, so we're gonna try this. This is a first shot, one-time deal. I'm gonna stretch the material out. This is no heat, okay? Zero heat. Didn't use any heat on the hood. Not gonna use any heat here. Do I need it? Don't know. We're gonna try it though. We're gonna pre-stretch this area out. Good amount of stretch. And so the inside's already wrapped, okay? So that was nice. Now I'm off on my angle, okay? So I'm down too much. I have to pivot this a bit more. Do the same thing again, because I like the way that went. But again, and you can see how I can just stretch the material without adding any heat. This is room temperature right now. We're sitting at 21 degrees Celsius, so that's probably like 72, 73 Fahrenheit. Oops, I took it off the top. Let's get out my fingers or my wrinkles. Now, I didn't get quite as good of a stretch coming around the inside as I did the first time. That's okay. I'm gonna roll with it. And what I forgot to mention is that this already has a clear PPF on it, just like the hood. This PPF is on the hood, on the mirror. The clear was done not so great in comparison to the hood. The hood was much better. It's set back like almost like a ½ inch from the outer edge. You'll see it afterwards. I'll take you for a little tour of it. Okay, so before I do the inside, I want to make sure that I can get the stretch on the outside. I know that this is good, but I want to make sure that this is going to be good. Okay, we'll pull the liner off now the rest of the way. Okay, my piece is going to be too long pretty much. So what I'm going to do, trim off some of the end of it here so I can put my hands in the right spot. Let's take this and trim off. There's the end of the mirror cap. So this is dry install now, okay? So this is a hybrid installation film. I forgot to mention that. You can install this wet or dry. Clearly, this is much easier to do with a dry installation. As you can see, the material is already tacked. I don't have to sit here and babysit it with a wet installation. It's just ready to go. Wet installation on this, one piece, yeah, forget it, okay? Okay, bring this back up to the beginning right there. Take our material, hands over top, very important. Pull, 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 shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Bring it all the way down. This is crazy. Okay, all the way through to the very end. And that part is tight and done. Okay, let's finish up the end pieces right here. I'm gonna wrap this in one piece, guys. This is crazy. Okay, let's pull that out. Finish that up. Zero tension anywhere in here, nothing. On the edges, all the tension is inside here, okay? The inside area, what I have to do is I have to take this slack right here and bring it down to that corner there where the material is gonna get cut off. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the material up. All my stretch is gonna be on the inside. I wanna do this as evenly as possible, okay? This is going to be really tricky, but I'm going to get it. And I'm going to stop stretching when I get to the bottom edge so I don't stretch past the edge. This is done. Okay, so let's finish this up right here. There's no tension here on the bottom edge. There's no tension here on this edge. All the tension, again, is on the inside. And the material has maintained its color and finish the entire way. Like I said, this is clear PPF under here, so you see that line there. If this didn't have this here, this would be a seamless mirror right now. There aren't many materials that I've been able to do this with. I have a bit of wrinkles right there, so I'm just gonna bring that up a bit and bring this back down just slightly to the corner. Cool. So there aren't many materials that I can do something like this with, especially not even using a heat gun. Okay, so I'll take you around this so you can see sort of what's going on, but everything is down and around and to the edge. I'm just gonna finish up here a bit with literally no tension. I'll zoom in as I walk towards it. I mean, in camera, it looks like an amazing finish. One piece all the way through. I didn't even think I could do this with PPF, but you know it's PPF based off of a few things. It's, first of all, it stretches really easily with no heat and just room temperature. Okay, this is the inside. Could have been a little bit better here, but this is adjustable. I could lift this corner up to about here and pull again, but I could leave a line. Either way, not so concerned about it. This was an attempt to show you the limit of the material. And this is my very first try with this finish. I'm just unsticking that. It's getting stuck. As I go around, as I move this around, because there's wrap. I guess there's wrap on the mirror, on the base. You can see that there. So this is my very first attempt with this material, in this color, in this finish, and there's no discoloration, there's no transition, there's no line, there's no nothing other than the clear PPF that's underneath here, which obviously does not look pretty. If this wasn't here, this would be perfect all the way up to the edge. It would be totally smooth, no line there as well. So again, finish and everything turned out looking great. I'm impressed. I don't think I need to show you how to cut this out because it's just, again, basic, simple stuff. I wanted to show you what the material could do before, you know, maybe you decide to order some or whatever. But again, that's it, man. That's one piece. Again, I didn't know I could do it. I didn't know if it was possible. I know I can stretch the material, but I didn't know it could maintain the finish. I didn't know if it would break, because it can break easily, or crack. PPF cracks when you overstretch it. This didn't crack at all. There's not a single crack anywhere in it. Nothing. This might look like tension, but look, it's nothing. So completely gone. Let it up, nothing there. Wild. So that being said, you guys can decide for yourself what you think about Apteryx and this product. But again, we got the hood done, we got the mirror done. That took minutes just to set it up in one piece. The rest is rolling around the edge, trimming, you're done. Move on to the next mirror or whatever other panel. Dry install versus wet install. It can do both, as I've just shown you right there. Don't have to choose one over the other. Now, personally, with matte finishes, I would do the whole car dry install. You don't have to, you can do wet. If you think it's easier to do wet install on like a hood, a large flat panel like that, or the roof, or the door, or whatever, go with a wet install. It's just gonna take longer for the edges to dry, but you can move on to other things and not worry about waiting around, you know, because there's always other things to do. Even when you finish your last panel, wrapping it or getting it set up, you probably left a couple of other panels to roll around the edges and let dry before you finished wrapping that last panel. Then you move on to that other panel or two other three panels before that, and then you finish rolling around the edges, and then by the time you finish that, you then can finish your last panel. Car's done. So dry install, wet install, totally up to you. I did want to show you the matte finish and the gloss finish. Can the gloss finish do this? I don't know, stay tuned. I have some forged carbon fiber from them in a matte and a gloss finish. These two finishes look pretty sick. That's why I asked for them, so I wanted to show you them. Guys, stay tuned for the next video on this. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, links all in the description below. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Take care.